239 Uncensored Studios. Politicking with Jira, Larry Love, brought to you by Jimmy P's Burgers More, Maxwell Mortgage Team, Lauren Maxwell. Big shout out to Lauren. Love Lauren. Becker Custom Builders, our guy Blake, Aldous Diner, My Florida Green, Patrick Dearborn, who our next guest might have heard of. And
I've seen him out there.
Probably my favorite product right now, Ocean Glass Skin. This is absolute fire. Great for your skin. Smells great. Joe,
It does look good.
you got to get your wife
Smells
a
good,
nice
for
Christmas
sure.
present. Get her a bottle of
That's
this.
a secret for you guys. Look at Larry Love. Look at the skin on Larry.
Man, everybody, it's the melanin in me, man. Black don't crack, you know? I'm drinking a lot of water, baby.
And we're not shining, we're glowing.
Yeah,
You
we're
are
glowing.
Glowing,
Not
for
shining.
sure.
I
We're
learned
glowing.
shining is not a
Yeah,
good
that's
word
right.
with females.
Wrong word.
And today, our guest, we had him at the Alley. We did a live podcast from there. Big success, great turnout. A lot of people had fun. We had him on for a little bit, but the intention was always to get him in the studio because you need more than 5-10 minutes with this gentleman.
Yeah.
When I think of real estate in this town, there's 2-3 names that come up. Patrick Dearborn obviously being one of them, but this gentleman been following a long time. And as I do my show prep, I always print out some stuff about her. I guess this stack is what I got because this is all
Nice.
this gentleman has accomplished and done. No other than Joe Pavich Jr.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it, man. Glad to be on the
Absolutely.
show. Larry Love.
This is
Thank
a
you,
big
guys.
honor.
Good, baby.
That's a book right there, man.
Yeah, it is. I
Yeah,
just
man.
wanted a little information about you, but you got 1.8 billion in personal gross sales.
1.9, but
1.9.
Who count?
They didn't
Who's
update
Who
it.
counts, JP? 1.9 and 1.9 billion.
1.9
Starts with just one.
billion.
Starts with one.
And so tell us a little bit about you. As Larry like to ask the gentleman, who are you? Who is Joe Pavich Jr.?
Yeah, man. Who are you? Where you come from?
Just an average Joe, Larry.
Ooh, I
Pat,
like
just
that.
an average Joe, man.
Just an average Joe.
With
A little
1.9 billion in sales. Not
You
so
know,
average.
Well, the key is, no matter what you do, you got to just be the old normal person that you were, right? Just be the same guy that I was 30 years ago, 40 years ago. That's a compliment when somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, man, Larry, you're the same guy you were. The same guy, Pat.
Always.
You got to just be the same guy, right?" So,
And you are very humble. I admire that about you.
Yeah.
thanks, Pat. Appreciate that. So, I'll give you a little bit of the rundown from kind of how it started. So, I used to work. Actually, my first job was at Birdines in the mall. You guys remember
Birdines.
Edison
Yeah.
Mall
With the bird,
Edison
with the
Mall.
pink flamingo.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Birdines, yeah.
So it was kind of cool because
At this mall here, Coastal Mall?
Edison Mall,
Edison Mall, Fort Myers, okay.
which is kind of cool because back in the day, downtown Fort Myers was the place to go.
You ever
the
get shot
Beat
at
Club, the Indigo Room. No,
No,
you know.
he hesitated.
I mean,
though.
yeah.
They tried to
15
rob me at the Edison Mall.
I mean,
though.
Edison Mall, they'll run up
Hey,
on you.
listen, man, I came down. It was Christmas time, and man, they had the Mounties, but car had followed me out. I was going down Colonial. I was in my Cadillac then,
Yeah.
man. I was going down Colonial.
The red
doing about
Cadillac?
I was doing about 100. And it was an Impala with 4 other dudes. They were behind me. This the only time I traveled without my pistol.
Yeah.
And I knew better, but I flew into town.
Speaking of which, I don't see it in the studio today, but that's okay.
You don't
because I'm
need
about
it.
to fly out again.
Okay.
He's
Soon
got
as I
2
leave.
big old pistols.
good.
Look
We
at them
got
guns.
Joe-
Look at
Joe-
them guns
Joe-
that he's got right now.
Oh, man, that ain't
Did
nothing.
you register those?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Joe. I'm
You
sorry.
know they're crazy if they mess with Larry Love, though. I mean, who messes with a guy that's 6'6"?
A lot of people.
210,
A lot of people.
6'6", 210.
But then they find out quick.
And then they want to call. Then that's when they go like, man, they want to call the cops and they want to sue people and everything else. But they barked up the tree.
Yeah.
So I just try to let people make it. I
Yeah.
said, man, go ahead, man.
I'll let you live today.
you got a better chance playing in the traffic on I-75 than messing with me.
Go
Don't
ahead,
mess
Joe. I'm
with
sorry.
Larry
Go ahead,
Finish-
Joe.
finish
So I
this.
worked at Birdines, in the retail business.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun, but it was kind of cool for me because downtown Fort Myers was my spot. So, I lived in a stairwell at the time and getting downtown Fort Myers, at the clubs, Edison Mall was
What was
like
your
3
favorite-
quarters of the way there.
What was your favorite club at that time?
Probably the Beat Club.
Okay.
Beat
You remember
Club.
Strikers?
I do.
A lot of
I
stuff.
do. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of stuff going
Yeah.
down,
And then afterwards, you go to the downtown pizza. I mean, that was the spot. You ever
Mhm.
been to downtown
Mhm.
pizza? Great
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
So, I was in that business for a little bit. And then I decided my mom worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And she says, you should come work with me at Enterprise. So I thought that was kind of cool. White shirt, tie every single day, dressing up and everything. climb up the corporate. I did the corporate ladder climb up thing for a little bit. And after about 4 years, my dad got his license, his real estate license. And he said, "Hey, you should come join me." And I said, "Dad, real estate? Who sells real estate in Southwest Florida?" At the time, nobody did that.
This is what year?
Like 99.
Okay.
So then, I mean, you remember the movie Glenn Ross? It was an old real estate movie back in the day.
ABC.
Oh,
You drink coffee?
yeah.
You close
ABC.
deals.
First place, Cadillac. Second place, set of steak knives. I mean, that's the way it
Third
goes.
place,
right?
third place, you're fired.
You're fired. So that's what I thought of. I thought, this sounds horrible. So I ended up getting my license like in 2000, 2001. And, just started doing it. We worked as a team, me, my dad, my mom, my brother. And then, at a certain point, we just decided to kind of go our ways. Like Lionel Richie and the Commodores. The Commodores are still good. Hey, Larry, the Commodores are still good. But, Lionel, my dad jokes.
There's always
he calls
a
me
star
Lionel.
in the group. New Edition, Jackson 5. Obviously,
You can't use New Edition.
No.
It was
can't.
too many of them
That's
that were
right.
stars.
That's right.
Yeah, but Bobby Brown, no one was bigger than Bobby Brown.
Just say you got Bobby Brown,
Bill-
BBD,
yeah.
Ralph Tresvant,
Yeah.
Johnny Gill.
Johnny
That's
Gill.
right.
Come on, man.
But still,
Listen,
no,
just-
it gets
I
nobody
told
than
you,
Bobby Brown.
leave the soft love type of music
We're
to
gonna
me.
get into that.
Just-
Don't worry.
just- You interrupting Joe, man.
Hence the
Let-
name, Larry Love. I mean,
Yeah, man. Let Joe do his
R&B.
thing, man.
I'm gonna have to go R&B
Sorry, boss.
today.
Yeah,
man.
you know,
Go R&B.
We sorry,
Old school.
Well, we are
Old
gonna
school.
go R&B.
Go Johnny Gill.
Joe. He don't know nothing about that.
Yeah,
I
he-
know Johnny Gill. Come on.
You know of him, but you don't know nothing about that type of music.
He what does he go? Listens, right? He hears.
He hears,
but
but he don't listen.
Yeah, he don't
See,
listen.
I
You're
get
smart,
that,
man.
I get that a lot, actually.
Yeah, you're smart, man.
So got my license. I started doing, kind of work. I'd sit in the office all day, open houses every single weekend. You did it right. I mean, that's the way you got to do it. You can't just sit back and wait. You got to get out there and make it happen. So, websites weren't even a thing, right? I mean, the MLS, there wasn't even like an MLS.
Mhm.
They would actually send out like little books of what was coming up. There was no
Yeah.
Zillow, there was no internet and anything like that. So, I thought of this brilliant idea. Let me just put a bunch of business cards in my pocket and go meet people. Brilliant idea, right? I'm just kidding. But then I started meeting people and I'd start writing names on a list and I'd start following up with them. And then a few years later, websites came out. You can get your own website, right? So I got my own website. And then these websites, you can put names in there
Mhm.
and they can send out information for you. So I thought, hey, how cool is this, right? I mean, and then things start coming out, barcodes and all this stuff start coming out. We just kind of try to stay ahead of the curve. I mean, just try to do things other people weren't doing. And when I see people doing stuff, I do things differently, So over the years, it's amazing. I mean, I do look at those numbers and I am, it's hard to believe that I have sold that much.
And talk
But it
about
don't really
Joe,
seem like it though. I mean, I'm just every day. Every day I'm hustling, Larry Love.
every
Every
day
day hustling. Oh my God. That's Joe,
And
y'all.
you do it well. 1.9 billion with a B.
Yeah.
And talk about, because Joe Pavich to me is a brand, and talk to the people how you build a brand, because as far as real estate game goes, again, there's really no bigger name than Joe Pavich Jr. So what advice would you give to someone trying to build a brand, whether it's their name, business, whatever?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot that goes along with that, because it's not just easy to just, hey, I'm going to start my own brand, right? Because, the market goes up and down. In 2007, 8, 9, 10, the market was bad. It ain't that great right now.
Mhm.
And, you still got to advertise. You still got to market yourself. You still got to do all those things in the bad times. So what ends up happening is, you save a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
and then you spend it all when the market's down. Like right now, I got a team of 4
Mm-hmm.
and, it's all about branding. I came up with this, brilliant idea recently
You stay with a brilliant idea.
to start my own podcast, guys,
Mhm.
you see, and it's like because of the personality.
Because you saw Patrick and
I
Larry
saw
Love,
Patrick,
right?
I saw you guys, you inspired me.
Oh, well,
You inspired.
you inspire us. So
But it's kind of funny because it's all personality, right?
Mhm.
It's just meeting people, talking.
Yeah.
Personality sells. If people like you, they'll work with you. That's kind of the way I.
Facts.
Yeah. So brand, man, it's all about branding. Branding yourself. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And you have that swag. You seem like you're super chill. Does Joe Pavich ever get upset? Do you
No.
raise your voice, or are you just
I'm
cool
pretty
like
cool,
that?
man.
You're
I'm just
cool
cool like
Joe?
that. I'm cool like that.
Joe
like
Cool?
that. Yeah.
Like
Cooler
Joe
than a
Cool,
you know,
Montana.
Who's saying cool like that? What was that from? Who?
I'll
me see. I know, but I just want to see if you guys know.
I'm cool.
I'm
It,
cool
was,
like
it was a
that.
group.
I'm down like that.
Yeah. Digital
I'm in
plan,
like that.
Digital plan.
Yes.
Digital plan.
Yes.
I was trying to see because that's his era.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Don't play with me on no hip hop, Joe.
Larry's a little younger than us. Isn't he a little younger?
He's a little
I
older.
could tell. Is he really?
Oh yeah,
Dude ain't got
Larry's
a
a
black.
grandfather.
He ain't got a gray hair on his.
I do, man. But
the
you know,
beard.
I do.
They sell products. To
You know,
take
yeah,
that away.
you know, because honestly, I want it all gray, but it's just not coming. Like I really want to be
It's
all
just-
gray.
You might have to do the Hulk Hogan thing, right? When he went to white with the black. You know,
That's look crazy.
No, yeah,
I'm
that's
just
not.
kidding.
Yeah, that's not a good
Hollywood
look.
Hogan.
Nah. I'm just gonna stick to Larry Love.
You are Hollywood though.
Oh, there's no doubt. I am. You know,
Hollywood
Larry Love, the brand.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
You know, it's actually three L's. Living like Larry. I like that.
I like that.
And Joe, talk about because I'm sure you've seen thousands and thousands of real estate agents come and go, and the key is to surviving in those tough times.
That's
Because
right.
we had that recession in 2008 where
Yeah.
everything absolutely crashed.
Yeah.
During COVID, obviously,
Yeah.
Things came to a pause. Then the market went on fire. But talk about being able to survive those periods and still being able to not only stay in business but keep building your brand and your
You know,
name.
Pat, it's stressful, right? When you
Mhm.
start to get into those markets, but you can't just stop. You got to keep going. You know, you got to send out postcards when the market's bad. You got to do magazine ads when the market's bad. I got to keep
Yeah.
billboards up when the market's bad. Do you think I like to? Hell no. You know what I mean? Commercials on TV, social media, you know, you do all these things, but you have to continuously do them. And I think one of the things that kind of motivated me was I look at the old newspaper articles, like when I first started, big agents, they were role models to me, right? They were selling everything. They were all over the newspapers. And I seen their name, and they get to a point where they sell so much, they just kind of stop. They get comfortable. you know,
Sure.
Cold pillow and stuff, and they kind of stop marketing because they feel like they have it.
Yeah.
For me, I don't feel like I have it still. Even though I'm selling all this stuff, I don't feel like, that I'm good. I'm not happy with where I'm at. You want to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I guess the question is could you ever really be happy with where you're at, right?
Mhm.
You're always overachieving. I feel like if you get to a point where you are happy, you probably did it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You want to still push to
So you have
to
like
just
that
be the best that you
mindset, like
can.
it's still your first deal.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
keep
for
that
sure.
hunger.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
But it's
And-
not easy though.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that's what
it's hard.
separates you. Like I said. Now, if you had to name, and you don't have to, because I didn't say competitors, but if you had to name like the 3-4 top real estate guys in Southwest Florida over the last decade,
Yeah.
who would be on that list besides Joe Pavich?
Yeah. I
'Cause
guess
Joe
you are.
Pavich-
You're competing with yourself
Yeah.
pretty much. So I would
I like
say
that.
that in real estate, if this is a big map right here, right, this table, and you have clusters, right? I don't know, Port Royal,
Mhm.
Quail West, Quail Creek, Riverstone, River. I mean, there's a million developments everywhere. And a lot of agents, they know their markets. They take a little cluster of the map. For me, I got dots all over this table.
Okay.
So I have listings downtown Fort Myers to
Mhm.
downtown Naples, and a lot of dots in between. So I kind of go anywhere. I don't feel like I really have. I mean, a ton of competition.
I
I'm
didn't
not
mean,
saying
and
that.
I
Yeah.
wasn't saying
Yeah,
competition.
yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
two-
people that I kind
if
of
you
go
name
up
like a guy
against.
or two, like man, he's been doing his thing, and that guy's he's built
Yeah.
a name for himself too.
Yeah,
Besides,
yeah.
besides Patrick, and I'll ask you again, and I'll get the same answer, but $5 million, $10 million listing. You and Patrick have the listing. Who sells it?
Who sells it first? Me, of course.
Love it.
Okay?
Love it.
I mean, hey, love that guy.
And we love you, Pat.
Love
No,
that guy.
that's
But
why.
believe in yourself. You got
Yeah.
to believe in yourself. He would say the same thing.
Of course.
I'm sure he would.
Of course.
But if in real estate, it's interesting though.
You guys
because
have, probably a stupid question, but have you guys ever competed for a
not,
listing?
Not really. Not
No,
really.
no.
I mean, at least not that I know of.
No,
A lot of
yeah.
times when you meet with a seller, though, it's hard to ask them who they're
Who
talking
they're-
to.
sure,
Right? 'Cause
sure.
Some might tell you, and others may say, I
Gotcha.
want to keep that thing private. But when I do such a big area, like I think I'm one of the only ones that have such a big wingspan on Southwest Florida. I could tell you what something's worth in Cape Coral for $350,000, and I could tell you what a home in Port Royal is worth in about 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Just know it, right?
You know the
how to
game.
search it, know the game, and yeah, I mean, there's competitors out there for sure, but do have a pretty good span. Now, in developments, for example,
I was
sometimes you run
actually
up against-
gonna ask you, what's your favorite development to sell when you get a listing? You're like, yeah, that's a great development. I don't really even have to do much necessarily. Maybe to
Yeah.
sell it. That's, you know,
So
say here Talus Park is a good one. Quail West.
yeah,
What
yeah. It's all shifting because it used to be west of 41. Like
Mhm.
back in the day when I was young, I'm not a
Kidding anymore.
Who sings
Yeah.
that one? Ahmed, right?
Is that it? Yeah,
I
think
believe so, yeah.
Nice. So back in the day when I was younger, we used to focus on, just kind of conquering, and doing everything that we can, and west of 41 that's where you wanted to be.
Right. East Naples used to
East
be a
of
dirty
41,
word.
that was like,
When you said East Naples, you're like,
yeah, you don't want to be west of 41 or east of 41. Now, since Ian, things have changed a little bit, right? Those west of 41 communities are still hot. However, insurance will cost more money.
mm-hmm.
So for me, I do have a lot of, I guess, eggs in different baskets.
Give
I
me
guess
one or
you'd say.
two. You're very
West Bay Club.
Okay.
That's where I live. I've sold 650 units in there. 650. There's only
650.
750 in there.
So you sold the whole community, basically.
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ.
That's how I roll.
You sold more units than Ja Rule sold on his last album. That's pretty impressive.
Nice. So Shadowwood as well in the Brooks is another one of my developments. Wild Blue, Esplanade Lake Club, I like those. And stuff in Naples, Quail West.
Quail West
is a good one. Quail Creek is a good one. There's a lot of good developments. It just depends on price. But the cool thing for me is, when somebody calls in to spend 500 or 10 million, you kind of know where to take them. And that's the key, right? You have to know the market. Because,
Yep.
You're talking to somebody at a bar and they mention, a development. You want to know, hey, oh yeah, I got a listing right down the street.
I got 800K to 1 million. First place you think of, not that I have that money, but to buy a place in a development. What comes to mind?
Are you a golfer?
I am not a golfer.
Lifestyle clubhouse? Would you go there to entertain your family and friends?
Clubhouse is big. I want a place that has good food.
Okay. Condo or home? Single family?
Single family.
Single family home under $1 million.
Under $1 million.
And you want to entertain your family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, huh? No.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, for $1 million, Esplanade Lake Club would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
For under $1 million. Wild Blue would be another one, with that's got a pretty good, return rate and everything else. Fees are low, get a pretty good square footage.
Well, let's open it up.
Those are good.
I got $5 million.
$5 million.
Yeah. I'm a golfer. I love dining. Location. Where would Joe Pavich?
Golf for
Start
$5
me.
million, Quail West would be a good one. Bonita Bay would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably some of the better ones. I mean, you can get something maybe in like a Gray Oaks or something like that, but you're not going to get much. You get like a front door sitting on a vacant piece of property. You know what I mean?
What would you say nicest golf course and best food country club?
All right, best food.
I know that's
country
hard
club.
because Naples, I think, has more country clubs.
Yeah.
Per capita than other cities.
Well, best food, I would say probably West Bay Club.
Okay.
Or Quail West. Those two
Quail
have
West
great
is tremendous.
food.
Quail Creek is really good.
That's nice too. But you don't really get around and see all the clubhouses. Like, reciprocities. They give you this list, right, of 100 of them. You go, man, I'm going to go to every one of these, and you don't do any of them, right? Because you just get busy with life, kid.
If you ever get invited somewhere and you need someone to go for, I'd be glad to try it out.
Nice. Yeah. Golf course.
Yeah. What's a nice 18-hole?
So,
I mean,
in a development or by itself?
Development.
In a development, one of my favorite.
You have
courses,
a top client or a potential client flying in. Golf is important to them. Where would you take them to show off 18 holes of golf?
I'm making a phone call on that one. I'm calling Calusa Pines. If I can get on that
Calusa
course,
Pines.
that is the place to be.
Is it?
Yes.
Calusa Pines.
Yes.
That's one. Old Florida's another one.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Naples National, that's another one.
Old Collier.
Old Collier, that's another. I mean, the memberships have gotten ridiculous there. You can walk into some of these clubs with a backpack of cash on and say, I'm coming in hot.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just you can't get in. You got to get voted in, and it's a whole process. But those are some great clubs. Now, if I want to sell somebody a home in a community, I like to golf. But, when you golf, you want to have fun too.
Sure.
If I hit a bad shot, it's kind of nice when it's in play, right?
Yeah.
Mediterra is a pretty friendly course. You can, bus went over 4 fairways to the left, and you might see it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
West Bay Club, that's where I live. If I hit a ball, 50 yards off where I want to be, I'm dropping. I'm dropping my next shot. Actually, now it's like this.
Cedar Hammock's
You could
pretty
drop from the
friendly, too.
knee. Now
Yeah.
you got to drop from the knee.
Yeah.
But those are some good. I like to have fun and play golf. I like to actually play. I think I had more fun playing golf when I was younger because I didn't have a membership anywhere, and I just played a different course every time. That's kind of fun.
Sure.
Just playing. You guys, do you golf?
I haven't in a while, but
You golf, Larry?
I just go on the golf course to drink and
Yeah.
handle business.
you don't. Okay.
Scrambles.
Nothing.
Larry, I think Larry'd
You
be
can go
good in
anywhere to drink.
scrambles. You know what I mean? We all hit first. Let the big guy hit last. See how far he can hit it.
But you can catch me at the Trump International.
So
Yeah, yeah, you like that
I
one.
like that one.
Doral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Jupiter.
That's great. love it.
You said when we did the live show from the alley, I asked you what song you play, big listing, and you need some motivation.
Yeah.
And you told me, which song?
Shook Ones.
Shook Ones. Arguably the greatest hip hop song of all time. I know.
Look at Larry. Look at him.
the beat.
He's looking down. He's thinking.
The verse.
This man
he's
say
saying-
anything
He's
out his
saying
mouth.
like top 7.
You're telling me "Shook Ones" is not one of the top hip hop songs of all time?
One of the top of
Yes,
all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
We think so, Larry.
Talk to me because you were telling me in your story how you got into Mobb Deep the first time you heard that song on a cassette, right? I think you said
On a radio.
on the radio. Okay.
Hold on. Before we get there, Larry,
Sir.
give me the top couple. One. Give me your favorite. Give me one of your favorites.
He's not going to give
You don't have
one.
to go
He's
there.
gonna dance
but just-
around it.
One of my top favorites
Yes.
hip hop song.
Yeah.
1986 NWA F the Police.
Great song.
And see, the thing was, the rest of America didn't know what was going on in LA. It was more about the message,
Yep.
the brutality that was going on. And so with that song, it was a statement that people was fighting back. We're not afraid, and we telling America exactly what you all are doing. And like, man, the lyrics of it, it was very storytelling.
Yeah.
It's like this hip hop stuff now. That's why I don't listen to this hip hop trash, because they're not talking about nothing. Talking about degrading women, popping pills and drugs, and
Yeah. True.
and just unnecessary killing.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So yes, that's
Isn't
one of
that
my.
when the censored started going on CDs
Yeah.
about that time? I
Mhm.
think it might have been because of that, right?
That Two Life Crew.
And that's when people didn't really know that. That's when most hip hop entertainers turned conservative
Yeah.
and Republican
because
for that same reason. Even when you listen to Pac, how Pac said in some of his, I'm trying to think what song it was, when he went at Clinton, Dolores Tucker, and others.
Kind of ironic that the Democrats and like someone like Dolores Tucker was out there trying to censor.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I always say, like person like Tupac, he would have been a idol during the Tea Party movement, because he was so like just believed in freedoms,
Yeah.
freedoms. So like I could take a lot of his songs as well. So I'll take that F the Police, Dear Mama.
Okay.
Dear,
Tupac. Okay.
Dear
All right.
Mama-
Yeah,
Dear
yeah,
Mama
it's a
might
good song.
be overall. Yeah, that's it.
And I would have to go with
Here comes a crazy one.
Is You
I
Crazy.
I just feel it.
Nothing But a G Thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Little Snoop. Okay.
Honestly, Nothing But a G Thing would be my number. It was the
Um,
first song to introduce melody
Yeah.
into hip hop, really.
I gotta go with one of LL's.
All right,
I'm
he said
bad.
one
I'm
or
bad.
two. He
I
didn't
was
say
just.
your top 20.
I know, I'm gonna go 5.
I was
I'm finna
reading.
go
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I'm going with
All right.
LL. I'm Bad, 5. And I gotta put Nas in there with, man, If I Rule the World.
Rule the World. That's actually a pretty decent top 5 from you. What's Joe Pavich's top
Oh
5?
man. Well, before I get there, I'm going to tell you the censored thing on the CDs, right?
Mhm.
You guys ever bought a CD before and you get home and you realize it's the one that's the
Clean
Walmart
one.
yeah. You
brand.
ever done that?
The
You guys
clean
ever
one.
done
Yeah.
that?
Oh, man.
That's
They
the
got
Walmart
me.
You get
brand.
home in the car and you
They
go,
got
oh
me.
man.
And back then they had the beeps or it would just skip too.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
rapping Forte. I bought the Players Club single. I was like, they're beeping. I'm like, dang, got the wrong one.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, top 5. That's deep. So I would have to say, see if I can go. That's deep. Shook One's obviously that's
Yeah,
that's
Shook
one.
One.
Triumph, Wu-Tang Clan, like maybe number 2.
Triumph's got one of the hardest
That's right
opening
there.
verses.
LL I'm Bad, just because it brings me back to, I mean, how cool was LL Cool J back in the day, right? Just sitting
Yeah.
there with the,
I take
walking-
a muscle by man and put his face in the
That was a-
shade.
Shout out to Tim Jarrett
that was a good one there.
putting it all
What's up,
together.
Tim?
What are you going to Hawaii after this? You look like you're ready to go to luau.
Oh, look at that. That's his sex symbol. He's showing his
Did you
muscles.
register those guns?
Elevate. Oh, you got the Elevate shirt on. One time for Elevate.
All right. I did take just a little peek
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
phone. Just ain't no joke. I ain't no joke.
I ain't
I
Eric
used
B.
to make the rhyme smoke,
I ain't no.
We're
Yeah.
talking
That's
hip hop,
deep.
Tim.
Oh man, go figure. Go figure. Ask Fat Jira who he likes. 50 Cent.
He said 50 Cent in case you didn't hear him.
I hate to say this one because this has become more of a popular song. You hear it now a little bit more, the beats and stuff. But I gotta say, Elevators for me, Outkast,
Oh.
because that just brings it back to college days. That song was cool. We were cool, and that's
Elevators. Yeah, I remember that. That's like 96,
Your
97.
mama and your cousin too. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a
Your
good
mama
jam.
and your
Yeah,
cousin?
that was a good jam.
Okay.
So, but
right.
Mobb Deep.
Me and you.
Mobb Deep.
So I'm going to tell you a Mobb Deep story. So, I always try to like stuff before it became popular, right? I mean, I don't only like
1000%.
rap. I like punk rock. I like heavy metal. I do like Blink 182. We liked them before they became popular. Become popular. Everybody knows it.
You look
Everybody's
like
got
you
the
could be in Blink
shirts on.
182.
I could just get the tattoos
get
and
that?
the what is it? The jam box tattoo on the neck or whatever.
Because his hair.
Your hair, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I can see
I
it
can
now.
see him in Blink
Yeah.
I can see that
182.
now.
So, I always try to catch songs before they became popular. So I lived in Chicago when I grew up. And those radio stations there is where a lot of it started.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say that New York City and Brooklyn and all these other areas didn't have that too, but I heard that song. And, you couldn't just hold up your phone and Shazam that song back in 1996, right?
And the opening 20 seconds to Shook One's just
You're
that-
waiting.
It's got like 8 different samples on
Yeah.
there too, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Havoc produced that, and
Did it?
yeah, Havoc produced it. And obviously, when it was an 8 Mile, I think it probably even blew it up more. Not that
That's
it wasn't
right.
big before, but
But when it hit 8 Mile, when I told you about that song last time, a lot of people would think I would probably know it from 8 Mile or some of the songs. Onyx, there was another beat from Onyx.
Onyx.
But we knew that stuff from back. That was, I heard the song and I'm waiting for the DJ to say the song at the end, right? Because
Yeah.
you want to write it down. That's right. Picked up that jam
Prodigy.
before it became a thing, right?
So R.I.P. Prodigy. He's in my give me crap, but he's in my personal top 10 rappers.
we didn't hear
all
his
time.
top 5, did we?
No, man, they suck.
Go
Is it
there,
gonna be all
go
five?
there.
It's gonna be
You
5
put me
songs
on.
from 50
Go there.
Cent.
Nothing but a G thing is probably number 1. Shook Ones would make the top 5. Dear Mama,
Okay.
because trying to think of a Biggie song because you got a Biggie
Juicy.
I mean, I'm trying to go.
You want to go a little deeper than
but,
Juicy, but yeah,
Everyday Struggle,
Okay.
would be up there, and then got to have a Nas song, and I'm gonna go off the grain, but Take It in Blood, and The Message,
Okay.
one of the hardest songs, because actually Illmatic's
Message is deep.
The Message is
The message
and
is
then
deep.
The Message is actually, I don't know if you know this, give you some hip hop 411 on the show today. He's actually going at Biggie and Tupac subliminally on that song.
Oh, wow.
That's when the whole,
Yeah.
king, who's the king of New York, who's the best rapper. So it was written, I think that's my favorite album of all time.
Yeah,
That and,
nice.
and then Get Rich or Die Trying. And you throw Many Men in there. How can we not have Many Men in there?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
All right, let's go into some rapid fire, Joe.
Okay. Oh,
You ready?
all right, yes.
All right. Keep it hip hop flowing. Mobb Deep or Wu Tang?
That's deep.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
Okay. Biggie.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I like how you guys do the rapid fire. Right? I got to do a little counter. A little
Okay,
counter.
let's get through yours,
All right,
and you
good,
can
all right,
certainly
good.
welcome to hit us. Biggie or Pac?
Biggie.
Oof.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fifth Ave or Mercado?
Mercado.
Shula's or Capitol Grill?
Capitol Grill.
Witch's Brew or Zanzibar?
Zanzibar.
Campiello or Brick Tops?
Can't be yellow.
How long have you been in Naples?
35 years.
St. George of the Dragon or Chardonnay restaurant?
St. George and the Dragon.
Tulia or Pazzo?
Tulia.
See, Pat Dearborn, you can pick one or the other. Jay-Z.
He tried to get out of that one.
He
didn't
tried to get out of that one. Yeah. He probably has a
Next.
Yeah,
He
tab or
said
something.
next, I think.
Yeah, next question.
See, I watched the show, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see it. Thank you.
That's actually my favorite clip that put together with Pat doing that one. Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas.
Thank you. Solid. Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Starbucks.
Waterfront Grill or Nosh?
Nosh.
Boathouse or Turtle Club? Oh, I didn't think that one would stump you.
Turtle Club.
Yeah. Congressman Donalds or Governor DeSantis?
You know.
That one always trips up.
Both. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You know, politics. Remember, I told you, Pat.
Yeah.
I told Pat, I said, if you ask me political questions, I'm not going to answer.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We'll give you an out on that one. LL Cool J or Cube?
LL.
Method Man or Fat Joe?
Method. Hands down. Did somebody say Fat Joe on that?
Patrick Dearborn.
Patrick. Come on, buddy.
I think we got to get you and Pat on the same
Meth.
show and talk.
Hands down, Meth.
I agree.
Hands down.
I agree. And then same question I asked for Pat. You don't have to sing like he did. ODB or Biz Markie?
ODB.
I agree.
Me and Mariah,
Go back like
baby and pacifier.
you got rapid fire for us.
I got some rapid for you, too.
All right, let's
Oh,
close
All
it
right.
out.
You guys ready for this?
Let's
Shoot.
do it.
All right. Beat Street or Breakin'?
Breaking.
Okay.
Beat.
All right. So back in the day when I was in 8th grade, I had this girlfriend, and her cousin was Ozone. Ozone.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I never met him, but he passed away a few years ago, actually. Ozone.
Ozone.
Ozone and
Man, that's a long time
Ozone
ago.
and Turbo.
Okay.
Ozone or Turbo?
Okay.
What do you guys think? That's my rapid.
Oh, that's it. I thought
That's
you was
it.
going to bring
I
some.
thought you were gonna bring some.
I got more. I got
Yeah,
more.
g-
But while we're on that, I might as well ask you guys.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ozone or Turbo?
I'm not too familiar with.
Okay,
So.
that's from Breakin'. That's
You too young.
Yeah.
You too young. I'm going to go with Turbo.
Okay. All right. All
I'm
right.
going with Turbo.
When he did the broom, remember the broom thing?
Yeah.
I mean, that
I'm
was
going with
cool.
Turbo.
That was cool. You don't have moves like that, Pat?
I do not.
Yeah, I thought he might. He's
Pat
got the
can't,
Nike.
he can't dance or nothing.
He's got the Jordan Retro 4s on.
Yeah, he got the
figured,
don'ts.
Ready to Die or 31 Chambers?
Ready to die.
Ready to die.
Okay. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one for you guys. DMX or Too Short?
It's two totally different.
I know,
I
that's
hate
why-
to do
that's
that
why-
because I
that's
hate
why
when
I-
people. I
yeah.
hate to get all Dan Cowell on you, but
Yeah.
that's
Get
two
happy,
totally
dog.
different
I know.
styles.
I'm
But
going
I'm
with,
going to do the Pat though. You
Nope,
got
yeah.
you got to answer.
for me, it's much easier. I say DMX.
Okay.
I just love his energy. I love who he is. It don't matter where he at. And one thing that always stood out with me, the man always still profess his love for Christ.
Yeah.
He know how and he pray
Yeah.
everywhere. So it put him up hands down. Easy.
Open up shop. Stop.
Yeah. How's it
Drop.
going down? You had 2 kids by this man. What's wrong with me? We always be best
It was-
friends.
I had 3 Kim. Felicia, Aisha.
Oh yeah,
take
yeah.
the
That's
snow.
right. Oh yeah.
I'd go X.
Okay. All right. Outcast or Nas?
Again, you're.
I
Outkast.
gotta go
he'll go out. Nas to me is the greatest rapper alive.
Yeah.
Greatest rapper.
Yeah, he's great.
Alive
I do like Nas.
all time. I said alive.
Him
Yeah.
and Andre 3000, one-on-one.
Nas.
Man, that Andre 3000 is more talented than what you think.
Yeah.
Andre's in my top 6.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right, Joe.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
I
Let Joe do his
more, I got
thing.
more, fellas.
You keep
Set
them
it
coming.
off or Dead Presidents?
Dead presidents. Dead presidents all day because that's 2 movies in one.
Hey,
That's
set it off. Set it
That
off.
is good. Wasn't
Dead
it? How good
Presidents
is that?
has set it off
There's no
in
movies
it.
like this anymore.
Dead
Nah.
Presidents has set it off in it, and then it's got a whole nother spin-off, the Vietnam version, then come out. Dead Presidents.
It was even the fact that it was just women. How they held it down. They went at dudes.
Yeah.
They check you, and they was ready for whatever.
American Gangster or Training Day?
You didn't let him finish.
I know, but I just want to throw that.
Training Day.
That's a tough one. Yeah.
Fact.
Go ahead, Joe.
Fact. Eazy-E or Ice Cube?
Ice Cube only because he wrote Eazy's rhymes.
Okay.
But I love Easy.
It wouldn't be an Ice Cube without Easy.
It goes both ways, but Ice Cube wrote all of Easy's rhymes.
Then Dre Day only makes Easy payday.
Real,
you know what I mean?
Real talk, yeah.
He was a
Eazy-E,
businessman.
People talk about like Diddy and Russell and all these guys that, for hip hop entrepreneur, it all started with Easy. He was the first one to have his own label, Ruthless Records.
He left the streets.
Yeah.
Said, man, his cousin got killed. He like, I can't do this no more.
Fun fact too, Black Eyed Peas were signed to Ruthless Records at one point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But,
I didn't know that.
I'm taking Easy.
Okay. I knew you would.
Easy does it.
Yeah. Easy does it.
Now, Real Motherfucking G's, one of the hardest diss songs.
I know.
And then one last one.
Yeah.
Craig Mack. Flavor in your ear. Special Ed. I'm the Magnificent. Two different eras, but you got to pick one, Pat. You got to pick one.
Flavor in the Air because
Pat, you know Special Ed.
Yeah, but Flavor in the Air. So I was probably in 6th or 7th grade, and I had that song.
You probably were younger than that.
I could name you all the remix. What was one of the? It was
Yeah,
like one of the
his
first
remixes.
remixes.
The Craig Mack one with Busta Rhymes was in there.
And Biggie.
Yeah, that was
Now
good.
that remix was hard.
That was good.
I
That
get
was
more
even-
butts
even
than
better
Beavis, and don't be mad. UPS is hiring.
That might be better than the original.
It
actually.
absolutely.
Whatever happened to him?
Who?
Craig.
He died.
made
He
one-
died.
yeah, I
He
know, but he
died.
made one once he came out hot, right?
No, the thing with
the
Craig
Diddy
Mack
curse.
was, Craig Mack, he wasn't with the shady stuff.
Mhm.
He was a straight up, like, they said, like, I was looking at him, people was talking about how when he went in there to deal with Biggie, not Biggie, but Puffy, like, man, I'm not playing no games with you.
Yeah.
Like,
And he got blackballed.
Okay.
I-
All right.
I want mine.
Think
Yeah.
about this.
And so that's how that happened.
Yeah.
Doesn't it make sense now why Mace retired at the height of his career and went to be a pastor to get saved? Because he probably saw some crazy shit
Yeah.
and is like, I got to get out of here. And went to, because it didn't make sense at the time. Why is this guy leaving at top of his career to go become a pastor?
Yeah. Yeah.
It all makes sense. And I'll do you one better too. Loon ended up going, became Muslim, and I think he lives in the Middle East now. And
Loon was hot too.
Puffy messed these
Yeah.
dudes.
I ain't gonna say, listen, I can't put that
She
all
did.
on. Man, listen,
Well-
one thing I know about life, and this is something my mom told me, and I live by it, we all have choices. It's like when we all grew up to listen to hip hop. When I grew up listening to that NWA, listen, my mom didn't know nothing about it. Not one officer can say that I was disrespectful to them growing up in the Market League. Not one officer. I didn't go out being disrespectful. So, and people try to make it like music made a person do this, or I went out and killed somebody, or what have you, or what. Nah, we have choices. So those grown men, they chose to do X, Y, Z. I'm not putting that on Puffy. If you want to sell
I'm
yourself
not
for
blaming
$1,
Puffy,
no.
but I'm saying
Hell,
if
yes, you
you're-
did. Yes, you did.
They were,
Yes, you did. They were
I'm
grown
saying-
men.
I didn't
You
say-
choose to chase that dollar.
yeah.
What the
look how it
Bible say?
affected
What the
them.
Bible say about money? The
Root
love
all-
of it.
Root of all
So
evil.
if you're gonna fall victim to that, which a lot of these suckers do, I'd never be bought, and because I can never be sold. So it's like I see it all day, every day. That's wrong with America. That's what's wrong with people. That's why they got to show American greed, because that's exactly what's going on with people. But once again, the Bible: to whom much is given, much is required. And a
Yeah.
lot of people just put money over everything, everything. And it's like me. I would have never known you sold that many listings or whatever. You don't even act
No.
a certain way.
Thank you.
And that's
Thank
why.
you.
And,
Appreciate it.
even with Lauren, don't even act a certain way. I love those type of people.
Just be normal.
Just be normal. Be yourself. Listen, I don't have money, but I'm so rich in spirit. Break it, because that can never be broke.
I like that.
Take me to the bank.
That's right.
Largest sale.
11 million or so.
So more quantity
Yeah.
over quality.
You didn't know
Yeah.
that was the house he sold me. You
Yeah,
should have checked your facts.
yeah.
I don't get invited to your house, so I wouldn't know where you live.
Good looking out for me on that, Joe.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you. That was quick, man.
Yeah,
2-week cash. I mean, thanks.
straight off the
That's
muscle.
good.
Brought that duffel bag. Cash.
Duffel
Pat
bag
back.
boy.
We're just kidding, by the way. don't need Larry being investigated.
They can investigate. Why not?
Joe, absolute pleasure. I think we got to get you back on. Like I said, it'd be fun to maybe even have you and Pat in studio
Oh,
together.
it'd be great. It'd be great.
You are
Hey,
the man.
Joe,
Like, I've been following you.
Hey, I like Joe hair, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You do your own hair? Or
I
your
do.
wife do
I
it?
do. Me.
Who's got better hair? I'm gonna do a rapid fire on you.
Him or
Patrick
Dearborn? Hey, my main man,
Patrick.
Joe, man. Joe, listen, Joe hair, man.
Thanks,
Joe,
man.
They
Appreciate
both
it.
they hair the same color.
Yeah.
I guess his style, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Patrick's got good hair, man. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, probably have to give it to Patrick on that one.
Hey,
But Larry,
look.
I think Larry's got me though. So
Yeah,
you know,
well,
No,
hey,
no,
I
man,
don't
it's like-
have it, so
It's like a basket of
I-
Rob. Everybody likes a
I like the
different
bald
flavor,
head. I rock the baldy, you know?
Joe,
Who's got a better beard than Larry though?
He's dead.
Byron Donalds. Byron
He's
Donalds,
dead.
Byron
And that's-
Donalds' beard game.
You
is on
you either
point.
have Gerald Levert or Barry White. Them the only two. Anybody else,
Yeah.
they got to sit down.
All right, Joe.
Back
absolute
seat.
pleasure, my
Back
brother.
seat. Pleasure,
Thank you.
man. That was great.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Larry.
Oh, it's
Thank
all
you, man. That was
love,
fun.
man. Yeah.
This is fun hanging out with you guys. I
course,
could
man.
stay here. I could stay here.
Can
all-
you
I
believe
could
some
stay here
people
all
are
day.
kind of nervous to come on, and then after the show's over, like, man, this was so much fun. This was that.
Because
I
you
don't
know we
wanna
let the
leave. Who's
person lead.
next? I don't want to leave. Who's next?
Drew,
He ain't
Drew-
made it.
Drew- he's
So-
here.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell him
Oh,
to
here?
Drew's here. Yeah.
tell him to get
Okay.
the back seat, Drew. Sorry.
You might want to go tell him that. I ain't telling him that. We're gonna have you
That was a
back
good
on
time.
though.
That was a
Absolutely,
good time
Joe.
for sure, boys.
Thank you.
We got to get a picture.
Yeah.